Okay guys, so this is to remind you again, our final is exactly 2 weeks away now. So, that being said, one of our goals today was to review polynomial operations, like this plus problem, which I already did in class, but I wanted to do a few problems that we didn't get to on the back of today's practice worksheet. So look at number 8 here. Notice I have a minus in the middle. Please remember, when there's a minus, not a plus, but with a minus, I must distribute the minus. So this 3 becomes minus 3. This 5 here with the minus becomes minus 5. This minus 3 with that minus becomes plus 3. And this 4 here with a minus becomes minus 4. So I distributed my minus. Now the problem is a straight up addition problem here. So I recommend you just follow my system. I'm going to circle, match, and cross out. So I see I have a 4x3 here. I can only add or combine that with another x3, which is right here. And I know that 4 minus 3, of course, means I have 1 x3. x3s are done. Cross them out, guys. What's next is a minus 5. Over here I have a plus 3. What is minus 5 plus 3? Well, that's a minus 2. 3 minus 5 is negative 2, right? Cross them out. What's next is 6x. I can combine that with minus 5, and 6 minus 5 is a plus 1x. Cross them out. And notice, at the very end, sometimes it's in the middle, but I do have a minus 4x4 left over. Now, I also want to remind you, don't forget that on the final, the answer most likely being multiple choice will be in standard form. So therefore, I got to put, this is the correct answer, but you're only going to see it in standard form. That means 4x4 minus 4x4 will be first. Then the x3. Note you don't have to write the 1 for 1x3. Then the x. And then finally the minus 2. Standard form. Okay? All right, let's do another one. Number 12. I just want to remind you real quick, guys, to make sure you know your distributive property. Now, some of you may want to set it up with the box method, like so. Okay? But you don't have to. As you know, I just use arrows. So I know I'm going to take v times 3v. That is a 3v squared. I'm going to take v times 1. That's a plus v. I'm now going to distribute the minus 4 as well. So minus 4 times the 3v, those together make minus 12v. And then minus 4 will times the 1 there. Sorry, got a little messy there. And I will get negative 4 times 1, which of course is negative 4. As usual, the middle terms can be combined together because they're both v's in this case. So my final answer is 3v squared. The v minus 12 makes minus 11v. And of course, a minus 4 at the end. Distributive property, guys. Got to know it well. Remember, when we do factoring, we're really doing distributive property backwards, right? So the better you get at distributive property, the better you're going to get at factoring. All right, next one. Now, guys, there's going to be at least one problem like this on the final. Now, again, we could set up with a box like so. See, I could take this 4p plus 5 down the side. Of course, this needs actually 3 terms. So I need a slot for 8p squared, p, and a 2. Now, you don't have to do it that way, though. Okay, you don't have to do it that way. Instead, again, I prefer just using my arrows here. I know I'm going to have 4p times 8p squared. That's going to be a 32p cubed. Again, 4 times 8 is 32. P times p squared is p3. Right? I got to do 4p times p. That's a positive 4p squared. And finally, I got to do 4p times 2. 4 times 2 is 8, so I get 8p. Now, if you look, guys, you'll notice I haven't touched the 5 yet because we got to distribute the 5 next, right? I got to do 5 times the 8p squared. Well, 5 times 8 is 40. Now, one thing you could do is line up your like terms, like so. See how I lined up my p squareds here? Okay. Let's see what's next. 5 times p. Well, that's obviously 5p, right? I'm going to line it up with the other 8p. And then finally, 5 times 2, which is a positive 10. So looking at our answer, what do we have? We have 32p cubed. 40 and 4 makes 44p squared. The 8 and 5 make 13p. And of course, don't forget the plus 10 at the end. Distributive property, guys. Distributive property. Got to know it well. Okay? So I'm going to just end the video right there. I was contemplating doing one more. But again, hopefully with some practice, you'll get these done correctly, guys. The key thing is you got to practice. You have the answer key in Google Classroom for each of these problems. You got to get it done, guys. You got to practice each of these problems until you get them done right. Okay? But anyways, I'll see you in class. And please watch and not only study this video, but take notes of it in your notebook. See you soon.